453 days since now 16-year-old Sebastian Rogers vanished from his home in Hendersonville. His disappearance sparked national headlines, but now his father says the case is losing momentum. With National Missing Children's Day coming up on Sunday, he is raising his voice and demanding urgency. News 2's Caitlin.
I went and talked to neighbors, and every single one of them, every single one, welcomed me. And if they had video surveillance, they gave it to me. The only person that would not talk to me, as the only person that had something to hide and wouldn't talk to me. You know, she has a son that's hiding and waiting for somebody in the dark, late at night on the 25th. And there needs to be some explaining for that. I'll just leave it at that.
That we are going to keep searching, we are going to keep looking, we are going to find him, and we are going to bring him home.
Since we first aired the video last month, authorities have said no evidentiary value.
It is of no evidentiary value. It is of no evidentiary value.
Can you tell me what those lights are?
No.
Why?
Because the investigation remains ongoing.
Yeah, I'm working on behalf of Sebastian. I am not, my client is Sebastian, and they're the guardians that have the ability to sign.
It just started. Hi, Dad. I know this is gonna sound weird, but tomorrow's picture day. So could you send some decent clothes over to me so that I can wear the decent clothes and be handsome for my birthday with all decent clothes? Mom.
Because our heart is missing. He is my world. I need him. I need him back with me.
Okay, welcome everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. There's that stud muffin, Ray. Always looking good. Alright, one second. Let me get this fixed here. Let me know how I sound in chat. Happy birthday to my wonderful mod, Jennifer, who is in the chat. I hope you are having a wonderful day, and thank you for coming in and helping out as always, but I hope you go enjoy your afternoon. But we got a lot to go over. More and more footage is coming in every day. I'm staring at footage nonstop. Well, I wouldn't say nonstop, but yeah. And there is something that I have uncovered that we will go over. And I also have, yeah, thank you, Sensei. I was going to probably do that myself. I felt like that was going to be an issue. Yeah, we're here to talk about Sebastian, not what's going on or who may have what illness or not. It's about Sebastian. Thank you, Sensei. Anyway, but yeah, let's get a happy birthday. Yeah, there you go. Thank you guys in chat. She is amazing. Been with me for basically since day one, and has been a trooper. And I could not ask for. I mean, all my mods are wonderful, but Jennifer, obviously, being one of the first OG moderators, and she has been amazing. She is what I call the Nightbot Slayer. She has been able to do stuff with Nightbot that I haven't seen people do. I think some people are starting to figure it out, but yeah, she's amazing. Thank you guys for wishing her a happy birthday. But yeah, we've got new stuff on surveillance, and also I'm learning that the whole, let me just get my phone all situated here. You know, we've kind of, you know, there was that landfill search, and we were kind of under the impression that the garbage was heavier that day. Well, what if I told you that may have not been the reason why they went to search that landfill? Now, I don't know 100%, but my source, they're pretty spot on. But I always say just take it with a little bit of grain of salt. But this sounds to me a lot more plausible than the garbage being heavy. And yeah, it's pretty wild. So we'll definitely get to that later. Let me get this situated here. Okay. Oh, thank you guys. Oh, look at everybody wishing Jennifer a happy birthday. That's so awesome. Yeah, if you're talking about the garbage can, it's always been kind of rumored, you know. And to be honest, it does kind of make sense because we know that they do move the garbage cans. So I could see them, that scenario does, seem plausible for sure. I'm sorry, I have just been sitting down staring at surveillance, and then of course I go live, and now I get antsy. But we'll get settled in. If you can, hit that like button. So we'll go over new footage. Some of it's you've seen before, but stuff that I've caught that we may have missed the first time. We'll go over the garbage can thing. What may have actually been the actual reason why they went to go search that landfill, which I find very interesting. And it has to do with scent dogs, which to me makes a lot more sense. I mean, I am doing good, thank you. You're always asking that. I know other people do that, but for some reason, I see you asking that question a lot. And I am doing good, me and you. Thank you so much. That is so sweet. Yeah, Cougar. I think it's been more of a, just a rumor, but has never been, official. So yeah. And what I'm going to tell you, this other thing again, I don't know if they'll ever actually, until we actually, something actually happens in this case, and it goes to trial, then maybe we'll learn more. But, this other rumor, which again, it is still just a rumor, I think holds some weight to it. So anyway, let's get going. All right. Let's see. Oh, we got a new member. Yay. And what a great name. Coffee, Crime, and Cats. That is awesome. If I were to have a YouTube channel, that would be it. Coffee. I need to get a cat. Usually I always have cats. This apartment, when I first got in, I didn't have my animal because I came from Ohio and I left. I wanted to take my baby with me, but his mother was in Ohio, and I felt like, and it was a bigger house. I felt like leaving him with this family, but I do want to get another one. But thank you, Coffee, Crime, and Cats. Amazing YouTube name. Love it. All right. Yes, you guys are amazing. Thank you, Mama Riza. Yeah, I mean, I get everybody. For some reason, I see me and you say that, asking that a lot, but you guys are amazing. Okay, so let's go over where to start. No. Okay, so I think there is a new scenario which kind of combines everything. And I think it could hold a lot of weight. Because we know this silver sedan, if you've been following this channel, we've been kind of on this silver sedan that shows up on the 25th at midnight, that you're seeing right there. Shows up on the night he went missing at 3 a.m. And then the night after he went missing on the 27th at 3:15. And it's really weird because, it's just zipping up and down. It doesn't seem, and again, I've got contacts in the neighborhood, near the neighborhood, and nobody, and especially on Kellen, there's, a lot of people that know each other on Kellen. And people have talked, and as far as they know, they have no idea who this car was. And doesn't show up, hasn't shown up since. So, as far as anybody knows. So, really odd. So, we'll get into the two scenarios. I know we've kind of gone over this multiple times, but oh, did that? Oh, it did do that. Oh, that sucks. So I just moving videos around because I'm getting all this surveillance, and it's a lot of data. And so I had to put on my separate hard drive that I have, a terabyte hard drive that I use. And I don't know, for some reason, it kind of messed up some of my videos. That's why I kind of started late. And I'm just starting to realize how much it actually messed up. But that's not a big deal. All right, so let's go over the scenarios. I know we kind of gone over this the last 2 days. This one I designed on Tuesday, I believe. And, we kind of talked about, scenario A versus scenario B. Is it a silver car? Is it the silver car that we see at 3 a.m.? Or is there another car that comes in? And is this car just, somebody that's dropping somebody off real quick, or an Uber, which again, we've kind of mentioned that an Uber is really unlikely because after midnight, you really only have like BP, all the fast foods are closed. And that comes from an actual Uber driver out there that was local, so they know kind of what's in that, what's available at night. So here's the scenarios. We'll go over them again, and I promise you this will all come full circle as always with the new stuff that I've got. Excuse me. So we have this 3 a.m. vehicle that drives up Killen. And the question is, if it was involved, it seems kind of, risky for it to drive all the way up Killen, right? If its sole purpose is to be, near Stafford, right, near the intersection, and, either drop or pick up Sebastian, what would be the purpose of it driving all the way up Killen, unless it just wanted to be turned around, which kind of makes sense. But again, I mean, you could easily maybe pull in. A lot of these driveways are narrow, as you can see here. But still, a lot of risks to be able to do that. But as we kind of play this out for a minute, let me read chat here. Make sure everything is going good. Hey, Patty, good to see you. Okay, I'm just reading chat there. So yeah, so either the silver sedan was involved, and either picked up Sebastian, or if you think he didn't make it to back home from Texas Roadhouse and got kind of switched out before, then maybe they're dropping off his clothes. Either one. With the 3M silver car, it would make sense that subject one would likely be a passenger that got out and went to go help KK as they either move Sebastian or exchange his clothing. But then this is where it kind of gets a little weird, is if you've already gone up Killen and turned around, right? Why would you turn onto Stafford? What would be the point of that? Unless you wanted to get a better vantage point, maybe, which is definitely plausible. But still, it seems like a lot of more risk, because now you're obviously now being captured on this camera on Stafford. So it does beg the question, what would be the point for it to turn on to Stafford? And we'll get to this here in a minute when we get to the other car. But and then allegedly the car, because there's some details that, you know, eventually I'll be able to share if the time's right. But the story goes is that the car is seen turned onto Stafford and then backs up. Like, it basically kind of does, like, some way or form, it does a 3-point turn. Or in this case, if it was a silver sedan, I don't know, what do you call that, a 2-point turn? Because you're going back the way you just came. But somebody at a pretty reliable source said that they had seen something like this happen, where not only did it turn on Stafford, but then it backed up onto Kellen. So that's why we kind of brought in a sense, it would kind of make sense that the 3M silver sedan maybe wanted to either get a vantage point by turning it onto Stafford, but then didn't realize that there was a camera and, more importantly, a motion sensor, which clearly caused them to, like, stop, because that car literally sat there for a minute to 2 minutes. So we have that scenario, which, I mean, it's definitely plausible. And then if it had a passenger, then it would, the reason maybe it came and did reverse back onto Kellen in between the two homes is to pick up subject 1. So we have that scenario. Then we have the other scenario. And I know we've gone over this the other day, but I promise you, with the new footage that I've got, I think this all could come together. Actually, I'm going to skip that. So another scenario would be is that a silver car just happened to show up at 3 a.m. And this is why it is so kind of hard to wrap your head around so much activity going on, because you have the 3 a.m. Kellen car, and then you have the DoorDash or Uber driver at 3:30, and then likely between that time frame is when Sebastian goes missing. So it's just so weird to think that there could be a third car, right, somewhere in between the silver car and the Uber driver, right? The odds were, just seems kind of highly unlikely, but still not impossible. But this is where it kind of, in my opinion, makes a little more sense that you would have a different car that, instead of going up Kellen, goes up, and then turns on to Stafford, in which, by doing so, it obviously activates the motion light sensor. And that would mean, if this was that scenario, then that would mean subject 1 was more than likely already there before this car came. So, you could say it was the neighbor, Mr. Carley, the one that lives behind the Proudfoot home. And so you have KK and Carly either transporting Sebastian or going to receive something from this car. And this would make a little bit more sense as to why the car would turn onto Stafford versus the Kellen car, because the silver car, because the silver car has already got its passenger side facing, where they're moving in between the homes. But if it was KK and the neighbor, and then you have this car who then was going to do a 3-point turn, but in doing so, as they turned onto Stafford, they triggered the motion light sensor. And they kind of freaked out, waited for the motion light sensor to dissipate, and then they backed up. And then again, either put Sebastian in the car or they went and picked up his clothing. So again, I think we asked this. Let me know in chat, scenario A or B, if you want to put that in chat. I know we asked this yesterday, but wait, there's more, because with something I found last night and this morning, I think there could be an answer to all of this madness. But again, one thing that has some legit sources that, again, you just can't mention until the time is right, is that they did see the car turn onto Stafford and it backed up onto Kellen. That, with 80% certainty. How far it backed up onto Kellen, we don't know. But all we know is that it turned onto Stafford and then backed up. So to me, it would make more sense with scenario B versus scenario A, where you've got a car that's going to drive all the way up Kellen, be captured on a bunch of cameras, only just to be turned around onto the passenger side. But again, still not implausible. So, is there another scenario? And again, the other thing that really I add a little more weight to this one is this thing right here. I always point it out. It's so weird. So right after, most likely, allegedly, KK is running back, the subject 2 is running back, just before this leaked clip ends, we see a light. I've mentioned it many times. So this person's already ran. He's right there. That's KK up here. And then we have, and it's hard to see because this is like the worst video of them all. Right there. They light up and then the video ends, which sucks. It's too bad they didn't record more to see where this light went. But at that point, the car had already now backed up onto Kellen. And as far as we know, it could have already left, which tells me if it did, then, and if KK's already running back, if KK's already made it back home, I don't know why this person's even waiting there any longer. I don't know why they would be just jetting to the car, right? So that makes me also think that this could be the neighbor, Mr. Carly. All right, let's get to the footage. Yeah, I know a lot of people have been mentioning that, Becky. Again, and I mentioned this yesterday and multiple times. Keep in mind, one, Sonny was not doing too well. From what I understand, he would end up sadly passing away in August of last year. Keep in mind, as I mentioned before, yeah, we heard the audio with Heather, speaking to him. But again, those are still early days, and we've heard that all they could see, and if Seth's in here, he could probably even mention, I don't know if he can allude to anything, but all he could make out was a blob. And so I really think in my opinion, Sonny, the former lead sheriff, was just kind of going off, hey, Katie said that, he took out the trash can. They see a video where you see somebody, but you can't really make them out or make them out, and they're taking out the trash. And then they just kind of go by, oh, well, okay, she said he took out the trash. There's a person taking out the trash, but we can't really tell who it is. But, they're still kind of believing in the parents. And so I could see that still being why he mentioned that. All right, so, okay, so we went over this. And this is Mr. Carly, maybe Carly's house. Again, we could do a whole video just on him, a whole live. Had his house up for sale. Knocked it down a little bit. I had to pull up the Word document, make sure I get all this right. Had his house up for sale. Sebastian goes missing. He lowers the price a little bit, and then takes it off the market. I think on the day that they all go to when Crispy and KK go to when they left 2 weeks later. Was it 2 weeks later? Which was really strange. I think it was like the same day. So that was really weird. Hey, Betty, good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Let's see. I don't know if you'd be able to make them out. I believe what they see is it's just a blob, and then Katie, says, oh, well, you can tell it's him because he's running back. But, obviously, those tricky little bastards, KK could have just pretended to be him and ran back to the home. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so let's get to the new footage. If you don't know, on my Patreon, and I'll put another one up. It's for free because I know I'd get shit if I didn't. Midnight to 1 a.m. on Kellen is up. It's free. So if you want to get that footage and you want to, download it, study it, by all means. I'm just being very careful with certain footage, but that, obviously doesn't show anything, that compromises the neighbors or license plates or anything. So that's up. I may do like one or two more, like maybe midnight to 3 a.m., right? Because that's kind of like the window we think, something happened. So I will have that out. And I may put that eventually to the members as well. But again, it'll be free on Patreon. Hey, Gina, good to see you. Yeah, it's so weird. The names on YouTube, some look different. Like there's a bunch of numbers. Is that what's going on? Is there? Okay, yeah, I'm starting to see that. Everybody's got like numbers. That's weird. Anyway. Oh, I know why I got this. Okay. So if you missed it, Tuesday is when we first showed this footage. This is the backyard. Let me pull up the overview here. Everyone's names are all jacked up. Yeah, I'm starting to see like all these different. Yeah, you got like 2 to 4 digits in your name now. That's wild. As if you could make it any worse when you're trying to tag somebody. That's funny. Good old YouTube. All right. They never fail to screw up something. Anyway, so we are looking south, and I actually have a diagram that's pretty good that I'll show here in a second. But this is a daytime shot. Obviously, we're going to be focusing on the nighttime. But you're gonna watch this. It's happening right now. I am literally overlaying daytime to nighttime, so you can see what we're kind of focused on, where we're focused on, and there is a car that I missed on Tuesday that I saw last night and this morning. And I am very curious to see what you guys think about it, because the timing is perfect. And I think, yeah, we'll get to it. And then if you're just coming in, the garbage can thing about how the landfill search allegedly happened. The rumor was that the garbage can was heavy at the Proudfoot home. Well, I could tell you that is likely not the case, and it was from something else, and we'll go over that. So we are looking right here. This is very interesting. So there's this nice little gap where we can see cars on Long Hollow. And this is what's real important. So we are seeing cars basically either going west or east right here. But what's interesting is look how close the turn is, right? So if anybody knows, what is this, like 55? 50 to 60? So I would think if you're going to be turning in up here, right, you're going to start to slow down. I mean, it's right there. Anyway, I just want to point that out because it'll be very important here. Oh, thank you, Sassy. I appreciate you putting that up. Again, it's free. Free one to download. But yeah, so there's another shot of where the turn is from where we're seeing these cars. You would say 55? Yeah, I kind of wonder. I thought it'd be something around in there. Okay. So let's look at a couple examples. This is the 3 a.m. car. This is it. I can't say 100%, because I can't see the west side of the entrance, right? But the timing, right? Because just to show you guys, each day, or I go by hour. I write down every vehicle I see. And between 3 and 3:30, there are a total of about 6. About 6 to 8 vehicles. There's a couple of them, but anyway, if you sum the madness, I've got a sheet for each day. Okay, speed limit is 50. Okay, so that's pretty close. Oh, Jennifer, you didn't need to do that. Hey, you deserve that. Happy birthday again, Jennifer. God bless you. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Okay, so keep your eyes, if you haven't seen this, is this first time watching this, keep your eye here. This is that little gap where we can see Long Hollow Pike and we can see vehicles. Notice the time. This is the 26th. It is obviously the night you went missing. It is at 2:58. Let me get my papers. We are going to see a vehicle here at 2:58 and 8 seconds. Right? Yep. should have moved that up a little bit. Okay, here we go. I don't know why I didn't trim that down. Oh, and we did figure out that. Remember that strobing stuff that we saw? We'll go over that. I think we figured that out as well. So here it is. Keep your eye right here. This is Long Hollow Pike. And that is, in my opinion, the silver sedan, 258.08. And then it just so happens I should have just trimmed this down. Oh, I know why I kept playing this. Notice here in just a second. Notice it's going to trigger the motion light sensor here. Watch it get brighter right here. That's why I left this playing. I'm going to change here in just a minute. So I should have sped this up. All my stuff was all messed up. Oh, here we go. Notice this grass right here. This is where the motion light sensor for the driveway is going to get set off. Maybe I should have played it a little bit faster. Let me do this. Oh, there it is. See it? Yep, there we go. You can see how it... Notice you can see the change in lighting. Yeah, I think if I play a little faster, you can tell. You can see how it changes the lighting on the grass. That's the neighbor, or this homeowner, his driveway motion light sensor is getting set off because that vehicle is now going up Kellen. Right there, you can see it set off. Yeah, you can see. Yeah, when you speed it up, yeah, see, I sped it up there. You can see where it sets it off. Anyway. So this is the 3M silver car. Coming from Gallatin. Going up. Now is going to be seen at 2:58 and 52 seconds. Let's see why. Did I just double this up? Maybe that's what I did. But there it is. Now 2:59 and 34 seconds. And then here's 3 o'clock. Three o'clock and 3:30. And there is the vehicle. So, and here's it zoomed in. And this is the only car, literally the only car from 3 a.m. to 3:30 that goes left, that goes east. This is the only car. So keep that in mind as well. The only car between 3 and 3:30. And I've watched this multiple times now. And like I said, all the cars I see except for that one time, all of them are going right. Basically, they're going west. So, and then if you do the math, before entering, it was 2:58 and 8 seconds. And then it was seen at 2:58 and 52 seconds on the camera. And that is a difference of 44 seconds from it being seen on Long Hollow to point A right here going up. And then basically from 2:59, and I have it at 34 seconds, to when you see the vehicle going on Long Hollow east. That is a difference of 3 minutes and 30 seconds, right? So that's a difference of 56 seconds. So 44 seconds and 56 seconds. I don't think that's a coincidence. I mean, that's pretty close from, point A to point B, and then vice versa, 44 to 52 seconds, right? 56 seconds. That's not a big difference. And again, that's the only car that is seen going east after that. So I think, because we were trying to figure out, was this car, solely involved, or was this like a scout? No, that's Liberty. That's the timestamp on the surveillance video. Remember, that's broken. So we don't know exactly. We assume somewhere between, basically, I mean, if you really want to be, very general, say between 3 and 3:30. And the homeowners thought it was closer to 3:15 to 3:30. But again, they did, they just kind of, I've explained how they kind of deduced back to, somewhere around just after 3 a.m. But yeah, that timestamp's broken. So the 3:11 isn't exact. Okay, so now this is where it gets very interesting. Because this is where I seen the something I missed last time. So again, we have that car drive up and drive down. So if that is the car, then that means there's no way that could have been, the silver car could have been involved in the in either picking up Sebastian or dropping off his clothes, right? There's no way. So then, looking at this footage, there's something that pops up here in just a minute. Let's see, am I just, oh, this is just showing the car exiting again. Right. Yeah. And you can tell that car. So here's the other thing, and I did get a chance to do this, and I need to do this. But one more thing before we move. Oh, okay, yeah, I got it zoomed in. I don't know. Sometimes when it's zoomed in, it's a little bit more zoomed out. It's kind of easier to see it. Well, I mean, not easier to see it, but like, I don't know. Anyway, Notice the speed of it. Dang it, I forgot to overlay or do a side by side with another car. But this car, to be quite honest, is again from it's hard to say, but it doesn't seem like it's going that fast, which tells me that is the 3M car leaving. And that would make sense because obviously you are now exiting out, right? You know, unless you got, a sports car or something, I'm sure it's going to take a minute before you to get up to that 50 mile an hour. I'm sure people probably go 55, 60 on this. But, yeah, when I've seen a few cars going east, they zip by. So that's also another argument that is the 3M car leaving. So that is huge. So what does it all mean? Well, I think it was a Scout. I think this vehicle is a Scout. It was to make sure, there's nobody in the neighborhood. And so they went in, checked everything out real fast, in and out, almost just looked like they were DoorDash or something like that. And, oh, thank you, Kitty, for the PayPal. That is so sweet. God bless you. So this is where it gets interesting. New theory. I do think I think the silver car is involved. I don't think it's the one that was on Stafford. I think it's a Scout. And then why do I have 258 up again? Okay, here we go. Oh, I know what it is. Okay. I must have cut this out. Okay, here. This is the new thing that I missed yesterday. And I'll pause it. So it goes back down towards Gallatin. Maybe, I think there's a church nearby. You could have had somebody waiting at the church. The secondary car. Maybe a dark car. At 3:03, and we missed this yesterday. Well, I missed it. I can't blame anybody except myself. Very easy to miss. Check this out. And look at this car and tell me what you guys think. I'm not going to say anything, but I want you guys just to see. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Kitty. That's so awesome. Okay, it's coming. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's super slow down. Okay, here it comes. Let me know what you guys think about this vehicle. You guys notice a lot of lights, and I'll show some overlays of different cars. But do you guys notice how it almost, well, I'm not going to say it. Let me know what you guys think. Literally, this happens 3 minutes after the 3M car just came in there and basically was seen on Long Hollow going that direction. Which means it could have met up with somebody at the church. There's a church, or even here, somebody could have been waiting there. Yeah, you got the. I don't know if you'd be waiting there, but isn't there a church? Oh, that's the church, right? Cemetery. Could be the cemetery. Then you have somebody waiting. Sitting here. And then they zip in and say, yeah, it looks all clear. And then, so here I play it again. Notice the lighting. As we see brake lights, in my opinion, brake lights, and almost an amber-ish color. Like it almost had like its turn signal on. I think this is the vehicle that either took Sebastian allegedly or dropped his clothes off. And I'll show you some examples of other cars that are just zipping by. But it's definitely got its looked like it's putting on its brakes, and it looked like it had a turn signal on. Oh no, don't say trash trucks. Although it would be funny, it'd be funny. It'd be a funny icon to put in for the members is a trash truck. That'd be funny. I'm just gonna say OA Music. I might mispronounce the first part of the name. Asagul. Yeah, I'll just say OA Music for right now. But thank you so much for supporting the channel. Yeah, it looks like a turn signal. That happens at 3:03 a.m. Just 3 minutes. Literally 3 minutes almost exactly since we saw the silver sedan go back that direction. Chris, do you think them lights had sedan? I think it's still early days. I don't know how much. Oh, thank you, Kiki. I appreciate that. Yeah, I like that. I like that. But anyway, no, this is huge because that is likely the car involved, in my opinion. And so that really just combines both vehicles. Here, look at this. This is one of them's the DoorDash driver, but the other one's just a car just driving by. Notice the difference. 3:27, 44 seconds. Okay, it's going to come at the 44 seconds. Okay, here it comes. I got to shorten these videos a little bit. Okay, here it comes. And you see a difference? No real major tail light, like red light. No real amber light, right? Complete different. I mean, I wouldn't say like 100% difference, but I mean, look at that. And I'll show I'll show both of them. But notice we had major red, what it looked like applied tail brakes, and an amber light, which could be the turn signal. Where this car just looks like it's just moving, right? Complete difference. So then we have the DoorDash driver arrive and leave. And we don't see them leave, which makes sense because they would be going, because he went to the airport, so we don't see a vehicle come out heading east because they're going west to go to the airport. So we don't see a vehicle after them. But I'm going to show a couple of examples. But before I do, we've got a lot of footage, and unfortunately, at the time, we just have motion censored from this one. But I just want to remind you guys that I didn't get a chance to overlay the daytime shot, but the Proudfoot home is about like right here. This light right here is the home. Oh, no, give me on the street, guy. That is this home here. Right here, which means this gap right here this would be the common area right here, part of it. There's a chance, and again, I don't want to get anybody's hopes up, but there's a small, minute chance that maybe there could be something. And if we did, could you imagine what we may see? But for now, we just have the motion light. But and of course, it seems like out of all the cameras, this one has the best audio, which even, and then of course this would be the audio that would be facing down towards the street, which would be great as well. So here is an example of the 303 car versus the 315, and you'll see a just huge difference here. And I've got more. Like I said, if you missed it earlier, we'll go over the garbage theory. So that is a 315. Here is the 303 car, and then I'll show them side by side, more or less. So here we are, side by side. So here's the car that I believe is the new car. Probably a dark sedan. Look at the difference already. Look, we got amber. Look at all the lighting versus that one. And this one's almost a blur because it's just... I think this car is definitely stopping and getting ready to turn on to Staff or Kellen. So that really, now it kind of puts more pieces together. Again, of course, we don't know everything. I certainly don't know everything. But that would now connect both the silver sedan and the, how it was allegedly involved. And I think it was the Scout. It showed up the night before he went missing. We can see it. If I got it, I can show you. We can see it arriving and leaving on the 27th. I think on the 25th, it came from the other direction because I don't see anything arriving. But it's in and out. It's nuts. Thank you. Oh, and thank you, Abe. Oh, thank you so much, Matthews. Again, it's just feels really great because, you know, some may think this is just a minute detail, but this is, to me, this is huge because, you know, the silver sedan, even though it does kind of fit with the model of what we believe the car is when it comes to what was on Stafford, but there's always been kind of some doubt as to whether, you know, was there a second car or was this car just not involved at all? And it just, there's something that happened between 3 and 3:30, and that car just, you know, was dropping somebody off or an Uber. But now, with how fast it goes in, I don't know if I could use Silver's when he drove there. I'm sure I could use it in some way to kind of gauge, but unfortunately he turns down the other street, and I know he's not like driving about, you know, I'm sure he's not, of course, driving super fast and being respectful with the neighborhood, but it'd be great to kind of time that. And then this just shows how fast the silver sedan comes in and out. This is it arriving. I know it's not much to see. Play that one more time, but I think that silver sedan was in there just to get in there, get data, you know, make sure it's all clear, and get the hell out, and come back and notify the secondary car. And then that would kind of make sense, because then you got people talking about a car that they saw a car, and you know, you purposely get your silver sedan on camera, yet it's not directly involved in anything. And then it almost adds this confusion to the case, which would make sense, you know. Get them talking about, you know, because if there was two cars involved, you get one that's caught on a bunch of cameras, where the other one did get caught on a camera, but it was likely a dark vehicle. It still could be a silver vehicle, but definitely a darker tone colored sedan or something low to the ground, mid-size. And yeah, so, and then, you know, most people or whoever in the neighborhood sees the silver sedan, and then that's kind of like what they're looking for, or, you know, and that's not even the car that was directly involved. Trying to think here. Yeah, there's one other car that kind of puts on its brakes, but there's no other car that has like the brakes and what appears to be a turn signal. Again, it could be, it's amber, it's definitely orange. I'm sure you guys could agree. You see the orange in there. But yeah. So there's it kind of fully back zoomed out just to show you. Yeah, we'll talk about that, Michelle. If you saw Tuesday's live about there was some weird stuff going on. We'll definitely talk about that. And go over my thoughts. Okay, is this the video part? Okay, it is. I'm just looking at the timer. There was one car that went left. 338, right? I had that one. Oh, that's the silver sedan leaving. Okay, right? Yeah. Man, I wish I would have remembered, because it seems like there's not a lot of cars that go the other way. Looking at my my notes here, west. Oh, I got one that's east, 317 on the 27th. Dang it. I'd like to show a comparison about, because I definitely think that car, the silver sedan coming back out, it looks like it's definitely going much slower than what you would see the very few vehicles I've seen go the other direction. So, yeah. Let me get to chat. We got much more. Two other things. The garbage thing, another big one. Again, I still think this is huge because I don't see... I think that car likely left out the other way because all the other vehicles that I see go west. So other than the 3 a.m. vehicle leaving at that 3 o'clock and 3 o'clock even in 30 seconds, there's no other cars until after 3:30 that go east. There's one at 328. Yeah, let's look at 328 real quick. Oh, I didn't go to 328. Hold on. How am I going to pull it up? Can I do this? 1 second. I'm going to get to chat. 1 second, guys. Will this work? Oh, the madness. The madness. Nope. Wrong one. Okay. Except I won't be able to zoom in. Dang it. That's okay. We'll work with it. Okay, something I'm going to show you guys here. Yeah, okay. 328. 328. 328 and 23 seconds. 20 something seconds. Can't tell if that's a 3 or a 5. Okay, here it comes. See how fast that car goes? Holy moly. And I know that's probably super small. Yep, right there. I don't know. I'll have to do overlay on both. Okay. Let's get back to this other one. Oh, we'll get to that in a minute.
It has been 453.
Okay. All right. Get over here. Oh, and to mention, if you guys remember, it was about 3-4 days ago, maybe Monday at night, put out something about some leads in Arkansas. And then, I've got some connections, and I can't say much, but certain individuals got, kind of a, or my source heard from a good, legit source that there was a lead that may include the FBI. Now, again, leads, they get leads all the time, right? And a lot of them don't pan out. So, of course, take that news with a huge grain of salt. But if you follow at night, you'll have noticed they have kind of talked about that. But let's just say I have never gotten a message like that said some things that, sounds like, could be a decent lead. But with all leads, could be nothing. But I just wanted to mention that. Okay. All right. Let me get to chat. Let me play this for a second. You guys can see the car one more time. This is at normal speed, too. And then we're going to talk about the garbage. What was the likely source that spawned the landfill with footage? And if we get time, we'll kind of talk a little bit about the search with Crispy. That's something I've wanted to dissect really bad. What's done in the dark always comes to light. There you go. Blessings. Say that 10 times fast. Thank you. So true. No matter how smart they thought they were, I guarantee they left breadcrumbs. Nobody's perfect, and those that are responsible will be caught. Time is ticking. The walls are closing in on them. Cooper, good to see you. Thank you for all you do for Sebastian. You are the best. Thank you so much. You are awesome. Sandy says, Chris, wow, you're fantastic. This is amazing. I can't believe your eyes are okay. That's a great comment. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, because, this is what I'm staring at. Literally for hours, because I have to go through midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., download it, not blow up my computer by getting all this data. It's not easy. It's hours and hours, and it's not just me. There's other players behind the scenes that are helping me. So I don't want to say I'm the only one working at it. And then again, I wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. So keep that in mind. It's all a functioning community that, again, I wouldn't be here without you guys. LiveScan, thank you, Chris. Great work. Thank you so much. I just want to get these Cajun Juju. Thank you so much for the $4.99. And I told you Black Friday. I think the Black Friday sales start this weekend. So, yeah, I can't wait to order that mic. Shelby from Australia. Oh, thank you so much for the $14.99. God bless you. That's so awesome. I would love to go down there. That sounds like a lot of fun. Jazz, great job, Chris. Thank you so much, Jazz. That is so sweet. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Oh, thanks, Don. Yeah, if we can get those likes up. Yeah, the strobe lights. Yeah, so I wanted to talk about those because, yeah, we were kind of like, ooh, what's going on there? So speaking with some people, because, I've got some people in and around there. And so if you don't know what we're talking about, yeah, I got part of it, right? Cut this off. Oh, I cut it off. Of course I cut it off. Of course I cut it off. Where are you at? There you are. There you are. The strobing lights. Strobing lights. Now, I think we had kind of figured them out. Or had some good ideas. But if you missed it, because again, if you think about it, now I'm just going to kind of fast forward to the strobe light. From about here, Sebastian is likely being abducted right now, which is really disturbing to think about. Some kind of foul play is happening. And unfortunately, we just don't see much, which doesn't surprise me, other than the 3:03 a.m. car, which, again, I missed the first time, but so glad I captured that, because that car, in my opinion, is clearly turning into killing. And there's no way, what are the odds that you got 3 cars showing up at that neighborhood that have nothing to do with Sebastian's disappearance? There's no effing way. But that's weird. I'm interested. But anyway, right after the DoorDash driver shows up, right there, and I'm sorry I can't zoom in because I'm just playing the full zoomed out version. Maybe I can blow that up a little bit. But keep in mind, this is allegedly probably well after, not well after, but probably right after everything has gone down. But it happens, I think, 2 or 3 separate times. Right here. But if you notice, it's very consistent. Right? The timing between the flashings. So from what I've heard, that is a car alarm going off. But it definitely had our attention, of course, because we were trying to look. Even though the neighborhood, even though we're looking... Actually, what would be better? Sorry. I just hear a noise on the thing. Oh, I don't have the stupid thing. So I don't. Anyway, but we are looking right on the border behind these homes, right? Kind of here, here. And I thought maybe if a car is turning around or certain flashlights, there might be some kind of reflection back here. But again, I'm still studying. You never know, there might be something, but and yeah, it does appear to be somebody, because somebody mentioned it looked like somebody moving, and I think that is. They're probably going to check on that car. See, does it happen again? I think it just happens twice. But yeah, there's this at the 327. .327 and I think like oh yeah, there it is. At 330, 331. So yeah, sounds like, I don't know, maybe a raccoon, deer, whatever, or a burglar. Who knows? Be kind of weird if that happened, but yeah. So I think the consensus is that is just a car alarm with the lights flashing. Yeah, if you're talking about this, now keep in mind this is behind the homes, so obviously the movement would not be likely related to Sebastian, right? Because of the angle we're looking at. Again, the main purpose of this camera angle was to see what vehicles were coming down the road, and to see if maybe we could see some kind of reflection of light over in this back corner, because this would be kind of behind the homes on Kellen down the road there. But I've looked and looked. I don't see anything there. I will continue to keep looking. Okay, back to...
It has been 453 days since now 16-year-old Sebastian.
So now we got that, which I'll probably do a short video on that. So that kind of explains, the purpose of this silver sedan. Not saying that is the answer. But it could likely be a scout that is scouting ahead, and then also kind of creating a diversion as all these people see this like silver sedan on their cameras, and then you have this 3:03 a.m. car, literally 3 minutes after the silver sedan leaves, it shows up, and then that is when Sebastian is removed or his clothing brought back. I don't think it's strobe lights, because you see, it looks like they're like, I think it's a car. I had a lot of people in our chat yesterday because we had it zoomed in. I'm sorry I don't have it zoomed in. But the way because it's dispersing in multiple directions, I think it's a car. Again, I can't say 100%, but I think a lot of people, and I think I got a couple of emails saying that that was likely, that their cars do that. And so I think that's what that is. Okay. Now moving on to what spawned the landfill, right? We've always been under the impression that the landfill was spawned Oh, it's in the other one. We were always under the impression the landfill was spawned by the trash can being a little too heavy. Well, I'm going to drop a bombshell. Now, do take this with a grain of salt because, until we hear it in court, right, or law enforcement, whatever, still got to take it with a grain of salt. But I think this actually sounds pretty legit. Just says, who would all be in this plan? I mean, obviously KK, Crispy, and some extended family members, and the neighbor. Maybe I'll do one where because I have to be careful. I don't want, not sure. Sorry. Someone's, sorry, someone's giving me a tip. I may have missed something. Oh, somebody's saying that they would be happy to do the drive. Oh, that's cool. Okay, let me just play this while I'm watching this for a second. What you're seeing, it could be very important. And this is new footage as well. This is, as you can see, this is at 7:44 a.m. Where's my charger cord? My phone's dying and people are sending me stuff. G point, watch around the beam. Okay. Oh, Rachel, I know you sent me some. Oh, no, I don't know if I can watch it on my phone. Okay. If I can, Rachel, I'll see if I can. Sorry, guys. Okay. Sorry, multiple things going on, multiple messages. If I get a chance, Rachel, I will try to look at that before we finish the live. And thank you so much. I believe it's the same Rachel. Thanks for the time and dedication. You are awesome, and it is my pleasure. Someone's got to do the dirty work and staring at this damn stuff. But there's answers here, right? And just imagine if we could get that one footage that looks down the road that we can see the thing. Oh. But, yeah, so the garbage thing. All right, so you are going to see, if you guys remember, at 7:49, Max goes into the pond. I think it's like 7:48-ish. 7:49ish. Max, the dog, jumps into the retention pond. This is important. This also kind of comes full circle with the garbage. I got to use the restroom. I'm going to let this play. You should see an officer have a dog. This is going to be Max. I'm pretty sure I got Max. I think we see him at 7:49. You'll see it here. Let's see. Hold on, let me. There he is. There he is. Okay. This is Max. This is the dog that jumped in the retention pond right here. Now for context, he had his car, just so people understand, Max did not start at the home. This is huge because the other side wants to twist this narrative and try to make it sound like these two events are the same. Max did not start at the house. They drove, and this officer they kind of staged up here. And then the footage you're seeing, we are looking. Oh, shoot. I thought it was on Google Earth. We're looking this way. Obviously, I wish they would update this. Google Earth is updated. I don't know why this isn't updated. Anyway, this is the direction we're looking. That pond, I don't know. There's two ponds. It may have been this one, but you're going to see Max. So he's right here. And remember, 7:49 on the dispatch is when he jumps in. Now, I don't know if you can actually see it on the video, but you are going to see the officer. So I'm going to put this full screen so I can go use the bathroom real quick. And then I'll explain what actually spawned the dumpster or the landfill. Okay, I'm back. Did you guys see him? Did you see how that dog took off? Now remember, he did not start at the house. He was just dropped off there, right over here at the end of Devon. Did you see him run over? I'm sure some people on the phone might have been hard to see, but you can see him. He's right here, and about right here, he then just bolts. Right there, he's bolting. Look at the handler. He's like right here. So, do you guys want to know what allegedly actually sparked the landfill? Still take it with a grain of salt. But you guys know that my sources are pretty good. Now, they have a dumpster back there. The construction, they have a industrial construction dumpster back there. Apparently, they got a hit and then lost the scent at the dumpster. That is what allegedly sparked the landfill. Is that wild? Now again, take it with a grain of salt. But that makes, to me, versus the garbage can being a little bit more heavier, because would they be that stupid to throw him in it, I say it's not possible, but it'd be easy to throw some stuff from the construction site, right? Because it's still, under development at that time, right? They only had some homes up. Yeah, I wish I had more time. I would love to overlay the actual dispatch audio, because it's at 7:49 when he jumps in, approximately. But that dumpster, of course, goes to the same landfill. Of course, is the one that, the residential. So, yeah, that is wild. Were they throwing stuff away? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to probably butcher this, and I'm so sorry. Merte Foss? Merte Foss? Is that like part French or something? I'm so sorry if I butchered that. Let me know in chat. But if you can, please thank Foss for the 10 gifted Mob Crew memberships. That is so sweet. Thank you. Oh, is it Misbehaving? Oh, is that her name change? That was Merte Foss or something like that. But yeah, either way, thank you so much for that gifted membership. That is so awesome. Yeah, he bolted. Now, here is $8:30. This is the dog that did start from Sebastian's home, but remember, they cut through the one area, which if Sebastian took this path, there's just no way he would not have been seen on camera. So, again, this is the one that Fish Sticks uploaded, trying to say, oh, look, here's the dog. Let's see, where is he? keep in mind, this is barbed wire fence all back here. I think there's actually like 2 fences. It's like a barbed wire and another fence that separates them and the construction. So there's no way that he's going to be, like coming through and just, obviously you'd have to go up to that area. So you can see this dog is really just kind of, I don't want to say all over the place, but, probably trying to pick up scent. But it's clear. Notice he then starts to follow the same path as Max. Look, and even he starts to get going. Was there something thrown in the construction bin or construction dumpster related to Sebastian? Clothing, whatnot. Yeah, see, he's kind of zigzag. Oh, you can hear a circular saw. Some kind of blade. Sorry, I this is the video I was putting together literally like 5 minutes before we went live, so this is why I was started 7 minutes late. But you do see him then head over kind of in that area that Max was. Yeah. Yeah, Smoke. A lot of people, including my source and others, thought, it was kind of wild that they continued doing construction. And they do. But yeah, that is wild that they allegedly, and that could make sense as far as how they said they had a false positive. And that false positive was them getting to the dumpster. Not the pond, even though, yeah, Pax jumped in the pond. But dogs got to the dumpster. And then from there, had nowhere else to go. And then I think the construction crew, I have to see exactly what it was again. Yeah, so the owner of the dumpster, which I'm assuming, again, I never really worked construction. I know that they'll rent these industrial bins or whatever, but yeah, whoever, on-site owner, whatever, construction oversight, whoever it is, felt the need, allegedly, to alert Sumner County about it, and then proceeding to doing a landfill search. Mic check. Okay. Are you talking about what he mentioned, or are you, mic check, or are you referring to the slab? Because I know some people mentioned the slab from the neighbor, Carly. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, you bet your booty. Yes. So we're coming up. If you guys know, there was a certain piece of foul individual, the worst of the worst, who struck my channel. I was kind of waiting until, but there's 90 days until that's up, and that is almost up, because there's one other report that I want to put out to kind of complete this report that I'm going to put out on Twitter. And, there's going to be a decent portion, a portion directed toward him and how he conducted this investigation, and how, just how the anniversary, con as just one example of what he did, not to mention endangering, a mother's children, you name it. This fecal matter did it. So yeah. So I'm kind of waiting for that to dissipate. And then, yeah, we are going to come down. The hammer's going to come down hard. Oh, there you go. Did it change your name? Did it completely just change your name? Misbehave? Oh, it's Norwegian. Oh, that's awesome. Little Viking. That's awesome. Yeah, Sandy, I'm 50-50 on that. That's a lot of money. Because I know, someone that does that kind of work. There's kind of two fields. You have ground penetrating radar, and then you have ERI. They both kind of do the same thing, but I think ground penetrating radar is better for cement. Well, gosh, I better not be speaking on this because I could probably get it wrong. I know ERI is really good when it comes to wet ground, like if you're doing cemeteries, because it's using the moisture in the soil, because obviously water is a conductor, and electronic resistive imaging is what they call it. It's kind of the same thing as ground penetrating radar. They kind of do the same thing. I think they each have their own merits, obviously. But it costs a lot. I would say you would want to really have some kind of concrete evidence, before you send somebody out. Because don't forget, Mr. Fish Sticks tried to work everybody up about this whole dog thing, and that, all these hits were because he's, he fell in and got buried. But yeah, I don't think that's likely. I do think it's definitely likely that they went around and dumped some stuff in. That's certainly plausible. Yeah, I think if something happens in this case, and arrests are made, I guarantee he will be exposed. There's no getting around it. And I think he knows that. That's why he's kind of came after me. Because he knows he instead of actually going for the missing person, he went for the money. Yeah, and then he goes around calling everybody a grifter. And I think that's so funny because he's the one that made a lot of money to spin a bunch of BS. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, I appreciate that. Let's see if At Night put anything out. Because I feel like there's been so many times where, hold on, let me pull Twitter up on this site, because you just never know. what's in your feed, or somebody's. God, I hate how they don't. There's no kind of filter like before Elon took over. Okay, so nothing since what they posted about a couple days ago. But yeah, it wouldn't hurt to show this before we finish up. I was gonna do this another thing, but I'll probably save it for another live. I'm not gonna read all this, but if you want to go check it out, just pull up at night. But they're looking into possibly connection with Sebastian and Summer Wells, and it involves motels and hotels in the area of where are we at? Am I blind? Springdale. Or the NWA corridor, which I don't know. Somebody let me know, what is NWA corridor? But Northwest Arkansas. Oh, that. I wonder what NWA corridor stands for. And then I literally read Northwest Arkansas corridor. That's funny. Okay, so now we know what that means. But yeah, there's a bunch of hotels, motels, and apparently they said that back in 2022, a Springdale motel owner was ordered to pay $25.4 in human trafficking. And allegedly there's some tips that there still could be stuff going on involving minors, obviously. And it could relate to this case and or Summer Wells. And so yeah. Yeah, can anybody that's hilarious. That's hilarious. First thing I read out of that whole thing right after that is the Northwest Arkansas. But again, thank you to everybody. Yeah, again, thank you, Kitty. Thank you to the gifted, Juju, Shelby, Shelby, Jazz, Rachel, Muerte Foss. Oh, Sensei, I missed yours, and Sassy. Oh, I don't know how I missed those. Thank you so much. Cooper says, or emergency flares. I missed that as well. It's weird sometimes. It just, I don't know. I think YouTube's being weird today. Emergency flares. Flares. Oh, I'm not sure what part you were relating to. I'm sorry, Cooper. I don't know why that didn't show up earlier. Anyway, so more footage coming in. Oh, I know someone had. It's yeah. Thank you guys. Someone had asked, to get the footage from the night where Katie is coming back from Texas Roadhouse, which, I thought was a great idea. Unfortunately, we did look at a little bit of that footage, and all it is because it's 6 p.m. and Long Hollow at that time, it's just cars going back left and right, just left and right. So there's just no way to tell, if it was like dead and then you see a car at like 6:32 or a little after or before, then we'd be like, oh, okay, that's Katie. But no, it's cars constantly. it's really busy at that time. So, although a great idea, I think I had the name, I think Ruby or something like that, mentioned that, and it was a good idea, but unfortunately, you just can't tell. So, again, you have to take it with a grain of salt, and it could be, you never know with these people. They could have, maybe they threw his sock in there, right? And, because, again, I'm not a dog expert, but I know kind of like your feet, dogs usually kind of pick up your feet smell. So, God knows how much they had planned this, premeditated this, and, and yeah, let's say that silver car is involved, but it's kind of like a decoy / scout. Who knows? Maybe that car had, something of Sebastian's in it, and then they went and drove to the construction. Although, oh my gosh. You guys are geniuses. Okay, I know what footage we'll try to get next. We will try to get, I think it wouldn't hurt. What do you guys think, real quick? It wouldn't hurt to maybe get the 3 a.m. of this view. Now, this is highly zoomed in to the left because I wanted to be kind of respectful. But at dark, if there's any vehicles, we would know. And I'm assuming the trash bin is somewhere up in this area. So maybe we'll get that footage and review that maybe tomorrow. What do you guys think? Yes, Hellfire Club. Yeah, I like that. Whoa! Oh my God, Marissa! Oh, keep up the good old work, team. Chris, make sure you get some really good upgrades to your equipment. You're gonna help solve this thing. Oh, thank you so much, Marissa. That is so sweet. Yeah, that's funny. I actually was trying to clean up my PC today because it is a decent PC that I got like 2-3 years ago when I moved into this apartment. And yeah, I've been really, careful trying to, make sure it's, not running hot or anything. But yeah, oh, that is so sweet. Thank you so much, Marissa. It will help me. Trust me. Again, I'm not a big spender on anything except unless I really need it or, yeah, so, oh, that's so awesome. Thank you so much. I'm not sure what you mean, Pat. Michelle, zoom in the yellow area. I don't know if you could email me and let me know, and then I'll look at it. Rachel. Oh, and pet outro. So I did get a few extra pets. So if you sent them in the last 3 or 4 days, I did get them. I had a inspection today, my apartment inspection, so I had to tidy up my apartment yesterday. Wait, where is it? Oh. What was nothing naughty? Oh, yellow area. Let me get the chat. Let me play this for a second. Yeah. Yeah, you can see an individual. I think this is probably, in my opinion, and I'll look at it for sure. I think this is probably the person responding to the car alarm. Right? That would make the most sense. But I'll definitely look at it. Matlock. I used to watch that show with my grandmother. Oh, yeah, thank you. All right, guys. In it. Okay. I think I know what you're talking about. I know everybody asked me that. I don't know. I could tell you that what's his face has it, and if Fish Sticks didn't turn it over, then what does that tell you? But I don't know, because again, that guy, you know, there's a good possibility he's involved. So I don't know, and it's such a great question, and I will in my report. That will definitely be in the report for sure. Because they need to know that exists, right? So, okay, yeah, I will definitely look at that for sure. All right, guys, I'm gonna do a pet outro. Again, if you sent it in the last 4 or 5 days, don't panic. I just didn't have enough time. Again, my top priority is the footage, but yes, I will get your pets in there. I'll probably work on that tomorrow. Patreon and members, I'll have new stuff tomorrow. It'll be more of the footage for you guys to, look at. I just have to make sure it is, it doesn't have anything that's going to affect the neighbors, but, the midnight to 3 a.m., on the killing, there's nothing with the neighbors or anything, so I think that's okay, and the more eyes the better, right? So and it's unadulterated, right? So I will put that out eventually for you guys, but yeah, tomorrow I'll put something out for Patreon and members. All right, guys, I hope you guys have a great Thursday. I should be back tomorrow for sure. Well, I shouldn't say for sure, because I don't know, sometimes the stomach acts up, but we will aim for tomorrow. And yeah. Only 6 days to go, right? Six more days. Oh, I can't wait. For those Stranger Things fans out there. And happy birthday to my wonderful mod, Jennifer. And thank you to all my mods for all the hard work you guys do. You guys are amazing. My emails, I'm sure one of my mods right there, Nightbot's got it. All right, guys, good night. We will see you hopefully tomorrow. Much love to you guys.
Stay away, you were never meant to save me. Now I stay away, I wanna hear you say you're sorry.